Say goodnight, Kevin. I'm here to talk to you for quite a little bit. I'd have just a few questions. One of them being, since you're a man of faith, why is it the only time that we hear about this faith when you're criticizing the church? I know you're anti-authoritarian, but it just seems a bit of a hypocritical thing when you're attacking the church body and, well, you believe that you're a part of it. Also, why would you go after the church and do the work of atheists for them? I guess my biggest complaint also is that it seems like you don't criticize atheists as much as you do Christians. And I think that we can handle criticism, unless you believe that we can't. I mean, really, are you going to go to your heaven someday and say, yes, I made a couple good jokes on Twitter, and I was opinionated about things like the government, but I guess people not hearing the gospel isn't as important as my opinions on the government. Also, well, I'm just curious, personally, why do you believe in Christianity, being that you are an intelligent and bright fellow? You were able to unravel the majestically evil brainwashing that was God's Not Dead, and I think you did quite a good job at it, so you're clearly above average intelligence, so why do you believe in this God? I mean, it should be simple enough for you to explain, unless you don't think that that's something important to share, or you don't think that your beliefs are worth defending. In fact, I believe you're called to do that. So another thing I would say is, why don't you criticize movies like Religious for the same reasons you would criticize God's Not Dead? Religious has many situations where they do double standards, have double standards and things like that. And I think that movie deserves to be put under a microscope. When people freak out about God's Not Dead and then they're quiet about a movie like that, that really gets under my skin. So, when you go to heaven, if that's what you believe, what are you going to say to God when he asks you what you did with the platform given to you? Or are you just going to tell him, well, I made a couple good singers and kept the Christian film industry in check? Guess it's not really my call, since I am an atheist. But I would be curious to know, since you're the one that believes you have to face God in the afterlife, not Bobby Burns or anybody else, and not to mention, I do think it's interesting the atheists that you know are more open about their beliefs than you are, using more damage control about it, more interested in controlling and making sure that it doesn't get out of line when you talk about God, or offensive to atheists, when Bobby Burns and others, they go right into it. Well, food for thought.
The plain fact is, religion must die for mankind to live. The hour is getting very late to be able to indulge in having key decisions made by religious people, by irrationalists, by those who would steer the ship of state not by a compass, but by the equivalent of reading the entrails of a chicken.
Be with God.
This is why rational people, anti-religionists, must end their timidity and come out of the closet and assert themselves. That's it. Grow up or die.